There we go. I think we found it. Okay. I feel like I have something in my teeth. Hey guys, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. I don't normally do videos like this. Actually, I don't normally do videos. I need to start getting into doing videos more regularly again. So basically today I'm going to do a Q&A of just like interesting questions that I found through Pinterest because I don't really have an audience yet. I mean, I do. I'm grateful for the people who watch, but not to the point where I could really like ask people to ask me a bunch of questions, you know, because I'm just like not there yet. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so I just found a bunch of questions that I thought would be really interesting, and let's get into it. So the first question is, what is your eye color? My eye color is brown. It's just plain brown, and I enjoy it. A lot of people don't like brown eyes or having brown eyes, but I quite enjoy it. Yeah. Last time you cried? It was literally like 2 days ago, so it's kind of sad. It's good though, because I tend to be a type of person where I just like hold things in, and that's not always good. So it's really therapeutic to just have a nice cry. Biggest fear? I think one of my biggest fears is probably just being alone or feeling stuck. Those I think are two really big fears of mine. Yeah, I picture myself someday with like a family and a life of my own that consists of having a family, and like the thought of not having that is pretty scary. Last song that I listened to was an Amy Winehouse song, I think, which is really interesting because I think for my last Q&A, the last song I listened to was an Amy Winehouse song. So that's weird. The universe just aligned there for a second. I'm just kidding. I don't know what. Okay. The last person I texted was probably my sister, and it was just, I think she sent me like something funny and I replied to it. The next question is, what is your relationship status? I'm single. I'll leave it at that. My favorite color is yellow. Any scars? I do actually have one on my chin right now from when I fell and busted my chin open. I know that's gonna scar. Technically it's still healing. And then like I have like random ones on like my knees and stuff from just like falling. I'm very clumsy. I get like bruises all down my legs just because I like bump into stuff. So those aren't really scars. I mean, some of them are, but some of them aren't. They're just bruises that take forever to heal. This one's interesting. Are you currently happy? So it's interesting because my mom always explains this really well, but she says how happiness comes from things that are happening around you. So it's all circumstantial and situational, but joy comes from the Lord, and it happens. You can ask for it, you can pray for it, and he gives it to you even when you're in the midst of like a really crappy time in your life. So I feel like, am I happy? Not necessarily, just a lot of stuff going on right now. But do I have joy? Yes, because I don't think I would be able to film this video if I wasn't feeling somewhat decent. So do you drink? No, I'm 19, and also I don't think I will, just for personal reasons. What was the last thing you bought? That's a good question. I think it was just like groceries, like random snacks. Ooh. Speaking of, I actually was just eating these and they're so good. And this was probably one of the last things I bought. And I'm just gonna grab another one. It's chocolate covered pretzels. So good. Last thing you ate? That kind of answers my question. Chocolate covered pretzels. Are you a day or a night person? It depends. I like doing fun things and like cleaning during the day, but I enjoy like working at night, and also just like, it really depends. I think I can be both. Like I can force myself to be a morning person, but I can also enjoy nighttime as well. Okay, sorry. I was just checking to make sure the battery's good. This one's really interesting. It says, do you give second chances? Absolutely. I think I'm also the type of person to give second chances and third chances and fourth chances. especially if it's someone like you really care about. I feel like you'll always find a reason or find something, see the good in someone to the point where like it's always worth it, if that makes sense. So yeah, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, because sometimes certain people don't necessarily deserve them, but sometimes people really do. I know that I have been extended a lot of grace, and people have been so patient with me, and they've given me several second chances and third chances that I feel like it would be unfair for me to withhold that from someone else. Current mood. Kind of hungry, kind of bored, kind of. Are you a jealous type of person? Yeah. But not like jealous of someone else's like career, or like jealous of, I think within the boundaries of a relationship that can be healthy. And I definitely say that's where I would be jealous. What is your obsession? Well, I went through a really big Reese's obsession, and that actually just ended. So like I was obsessed with Reese's cups, the peanut butter pumpkins that they have for Halloween. Those were so good. But now I'm more into the chocolate covered cashews. If you've never tried them, you gotta try them. Dove makes the best ones though, so if you're gonna try them, get those kind. What is your biggest dream? This is gonna sound like interesting, but I feel like for a while I kind of struggled because I've always been a person who had like really small dreams. Like I was never the type of person to really like dream big or like have an unrealistic goal. And I feel like a lot of mine are not like career or like financial based, but they're more like wanting a family, wanting a future in that way. So I feel like that's kind of my biggest dream. And it's not that hard to turn into a reality. I just think it's a matter of like the timing, being patient. That's one thing that I need to work on, is trusting that the Lord's gonna allow all that to happen and to fall into place at the right time. I just gotta trust him with it. So how is the weather today? It's actually beautiful outside. I'm right in front of my window, and if I like go too far over this way, it's like super bright, so I need to just keep trying to like stay over here. It's gorgeous. It's a nice sunny fall day, so I'm sure it's like cool outside, but also the sun's out. I really should like go on a walk or a run or something one of these days because the weather's so beautiful. What's your priority for the next week? I think my priority is kind of just myself in a way, like kind of trying to take care of myself a little bit. Sounds like a dumb priority, but I feel like it's because I'm starting a second job this coming week, and so juggling the two jobs is gonna be something. It's gonna be tricky, but I think I can make it work, and I'm really excited about it. What is something you learned this week? Last week, well technically it's Sunday, so it's like a weird day to like talk about week, because you know the week is starting and it just ended. So I'll talk about the past week. I got my license, so I feel like I'm kind of proud of myself for that, because I learned how to drive. So I feel kind of accomplished for that, and that's something kind of important that I learned. What is one behavior you need to let go of? I would say I have a problem with eating when I'm sad or like when I'm kind of lonely, which is not good. It's not really healthy for you, and it's so hard to give up. I see other people struggle with it, and I completely empathize with them because it's something that I find myself doing. But also, if I just were to like take care of my body a little bit more, like go running and walking and stuff, I won't have to really deal with the effects of that, but eventually I will. So it's good to like try and kick that habit now, but that's definitely something that I need to work on. What is one thing you'd like to do more? I would like to journal more. I'd like to pray more. And just by that, I mean like talk to God about things, because that's really what prayer is. But also not just that, like hearing from him and really like trying to hear from him, because I feel like sometimes we can get caught up in the fact that like we like are not hearing an audible voice that's God, but sometimes him speaking is just things happening in our lives and situations. Like he can speak through anything. I believe that. So just being more present in the moment to like find those moments, if that makes sense. What is your favorite dish? There's this one pasta dish that I absolutely love. It's called penne alla vodka or something, and it's just like the penne pasta with like vodka sauce, but like the real good, like Italian stuff, you know what I mean? That stuff's good, and I have not had that in a really long time. Yeah. What is a song lyric that is in your mind? That's an interesting one. So the first song that I can really think of is called Body and Soul, and it's by Amy Winehouse and Tony Bennett, which was the song that I was actually referring to earlier. So there's just one lyric that says, "My life a wreck you're making, and you know I'm yours for the taking." And I don't know, it's kind of profound to be like, oh, you're ruining my life, but like, you know what I mean? Is that dumb? I don't know. It's also a really cute little jazzy song, so I would love to do a cover of that song. There's so many songs that I think of that I'm like, I would love to do a cover of this song. But I feel like I'm not the best singer in the world, and there's so many amazing singers in life and on YouTube that's like, why? But let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in something like that. If even one person is like, that could be cool, maybe I'll try it. Because there's a few songs in my head that I feel like I would really enjoy to sing. What book are you reading right now? I'm actually reading... I'll go get it really quick. I'm actually reading this book right now. It's called Boundaries, and I'm sitting at the wrong spot, and it looks weird now. Okay, there we go. I'm reading this book right now called Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud and another doctor, and it's really good. It's one that actually, when I was in therapy, my therapist recommended that I read, and it's just very interesting. I feel like I see a lot of myself in it. I see a lot of other people in it, and it gives you like another perspective on just how creating boundaries can just change your life in so many ways and just make life easier for everyone. So I'm trying to work on that. What are you too hard on yourself for? I'm definitely hard on myself about my image and the way that I look. I feel quite insecure about that sometimes. Whether it's like my weight gain, because I gained like 10 pounds and I'm okay with that at this point, or just like, I don't know, like the way I dress, the way I do my makeup, stuff like that. I just sometimes feel pressure that I put on myself to look a certain way, and it's almost like I don't want stuff that I love, like fashion and makeup, to become something that I use to like be mean to myself. This is a really interesting one. Oh, I feel like I've said that so many times in this video, but it says, what thing makes you angrier than it should? I think, interestingly enough, I struggle with getting angry when I'm disappointed. So anytime I'm disappointed in myself or another person or a situation, I get just like angry, and I don't really know how to express it. Same with sadness. I feel like I express sadness as anger, even though I'm not really angry, I'm just sad. It's kind of weird, but that's one thing that I feel like... Okay. What makes you different than most people? I feel like this is so weird because I'm like, oh, it makes me different from most people. I'm not like other girls, like, stop. But I think I try to tell people about the beauty that I see in them a lot, because I kind of, in a weird way, I like wish people would do that for me more. So I like think other people might want that, even though sometimes that's not what people want. But I'll just like go out of my way to be like, your hair looks amazing, or I love your nail polish, like to someone that I don't even know, or be like, I don't know, compliment them on their outfit or something. Because as much as a lot of people want other people's opinions not to matter to them, in reality, I think everyone cares a little bit what other people think. And so sometimes just to hear like a small bit of encouragement every day is like, that can make or break someone's day. And not make or break, I don't know, you know what I mean there. But I try and do that several times a day. I gotten to the point where like it's a habit now. Like I don't think I go through one shift at work without complimenting at least 5 people, or just like, I don't know. And they're usually strangers too. Sometimes I find it easier to do that with strangers than with people I know, because I don't want it to come across as like fake or like that I have something to gain from it. Like I just want, I don't know, to be kind to people because the world is such a mean place sometimes. It really is, and people go through a lot and you can't see it when they walk through your line as a cashier. I'm speaking like as a cashier. I can't see what people are going through, but everyone's going through something, and especially if you yourself are going through something, it changes the way I think you interact with people, usually in a positive way, because you think, how can I make this interaction a positive one? Not just because I want to be good at my job, but because people are going through too much already. So that was a really long ramble, but I guess that's one way I feel like I'm a little different, because I think a lot of people are just numb to it at this point, and I don't blame them, because the world's a really cool place sometimes and people get numb to it, but I'm trying not to. And I think the Lord created me with a very sensitive heart, which I hated for a really long time. I hated being sensitive. So shout out to all you sensitive, emotionally vulnerable people, especially women. We were designed this way. We were created this way for a purpose. And I think someone needs to hear that. Someone actually told me that, and I needed to hear it. And ultimately, I think it was for a reason, and it's created me to have a little bit more compassion maybe than some people that I know around me. I hope that answers the question. What would be the absolute perfect day? Let's see. Pizza. It would definitely involve pizza. It would also involve some friends, maybe a card game, and finding some money on the ground, because who doesn't love that? No, but seriously, I think just simple stuff like that is kind of fun. So, you know? Alright. I think that wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, even if you didn't make it this far. I'm just grateful that you clicked on the video. If you did make it this far, comment something to let me know, because I'm curious. Like, comment like a blue heart emoji so I know. Thank you so much for just like joining me in this journey called life. That sounds so freaking cliche, but I mean it. It's amazing. I love and value every single comment. So I hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully it's something different, something cool. I don't know. I would love to do like a thrifting video. I said that before, I think. Or like make a snack with me or something. Or like maybe a singing video. I have no idea. But let me know what you guys are interested in watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you, friends. Bye.